Hi, this is Steve Dalton from Gold Coast Tech Space. So this is a follow-up video of my trip in Malta. So I was going to talk about blockchain in this video. So a lot of people associate with Malta with blockchain. There's been some pretty interesting announcements happening in the last few days. But I think before we talk about blockchain, you have to kind of do a bit of a rewind with Malta. They were independent in 1964, Republic in 1974. I think as the British retreated out of Malta, the British army base closed here, and it was quite a big, employer of the island. They had an economic downturn, and things for the island weren't looking so good. And one of the things that came in is that the island started to pass some interesting laws, make themselves very accessible for financial services companies. Very light touch legislation, made it very easy, had a whole lot of kind of tax agreements I think they cut with some companies, such as similar to what happened in Ireland, a place like that. But it wasn't just about tax. I think it was about the easiness, accessibility, and being able to get financial services licenses easily, and access to the European Union. So financial services have been hugely successful in Malta, and the other thing I guess people know about in Malta is gaming companies. So online gaming, gambling, whatever you want to call it, whether you like it or not, is big, and most of the big online casinos have a presence in Malta, or they're actually headquartered here. There's been some news recently that the Bet365 big British online gambling companies now moving to Malta, no doubt related to Brexit, what's happening in Brexit. Malta's a much more attractive place for them to be, has some of the tax advantages of a place like Gibraltar, but is in the EU. So now to blockchain. So a lot of these things have happened slowly over the last, 10-20 years, I believe. Blockchain has happened a lot quicker. So they really took the lead with blockchain, and they wanted to create a very blockchain-friendly ecosystem for people to, launch ICOs or start blockchain startups. Work with blockchain in a way that's not regulated, but has some certifications and assurances around the products. So they've just launched 3 bills yesterday. They've been released that are going to, go through the Parliament. I'm not sure how that works in the Maltese system, and it's going to make Malta basically, a world leader, the only country that really has any decent laws in this space. Now the laws are, a work in progress. The guy I spoke to that helped, architect these laws said, there's quite a lot of not gaps, but there's a lot of space there in the laws that they don't quite know how they're going to fill that until they actually give it a go. So it's definitely a work in progress. But what they're going to see is a lot of blockchain companies now coming to Malta. We've already seen Binance announce they're going to come here, but apparently there's a whole swathe of companies now starting to come here too. And as a result, there's also going to be probably a shortage of blockchain resources here in Malta. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of people following the sun, I guess. And it's going to be interesting. So watch this space on Malta. Definitely opportunities for Australia, I think, with Malta. Given we're both Commonwealth countries, we both have some British heritage, common language. A lot of Maltese actually expats in Australia, living in Australia. The Maltese seem to like Australia, so I think there's opportunities there for people if they want to be involved. And it's a great country. Got a lot of problems. I'm hoping that some of the blockchain things actually may solve some of their problems. There's an article in the newspaper today apparently how blockchain is going to solve their public transport problems, and a lot of skepticism there. So watch this space.